Is that corny?
That's it.
What was the thing that you most enjoyed about the Alpha that was there?
The food, definitely.
I heard about a priest called Father James Mallon, who had come to Ireland, and I was very taken by his whole plan, and Alpha was key to all of that. So I began to look into Alpha and discover a little bit more about it, and I see that there are places all around the world where Alpha is having a very good effect in simply bringing people closer to Jesus Christ.
What was most inspiring for us about Alpha was that it turned upside down the whole traditional approach to mission. Father James put it very well. To be a Catholic in past or not so distant past, you had to believe the right things, and only then could you belong. Alpha turns that on its head and say, come and belong in our community.
Last year we did all of the youth alphas just by ourselves, just the sisters. And then after we had participated in adult alphas, some of the adults from the adult alphas, we asked would they be with us on the youth alpha. And it's been amazing to have a sister and a lay person in the groups. What's special for me about Youth Alpha is, first of all, it's exciting and engaging for young people. It meets them where they're at, so it uses examples and stories that young people would relate to.
At the start, you kind of would be a bit shy because you don't know what people are going to say. But then once you start thinking about it and then you actually say things, some people actually agree with you and people will relate and actually be like, oh yeah, I feel the same way as well. Normally young people wouldn't really talk about that kind of thing, but now it was nice that they actually got to sit down and talk about it.
It was just from the priest reading out on a Sunday that they were starting an Alpha programme, and I just felt, maybe it was something I'd like to go and sit in on and see what was going on, There was 40 people at that Alpha programme. As time went on, friendships developed, and I have some great friends now that I would never have met only through the Alpha programme.
I can see how Alpha is actually working in bringing people into a relationship with Jesus Christ, and that is the basis of it all, really. And then the other things come afterwards.
Alpha is about evangelization, coming to know Jesus Christ, a personal encounter with Jesus Christ and His Holy Spirit. That is fundamentally Christian. Every Christian denomination believes that. And we cannot do more than that in a primary evangelizing experience.
Another beautiful thing about Youth Alpha is when the young people are gathered in the small group, they're encouraged to share what they think. And sometimes they don't know what they think until they voice it. And then they say, wow, that is what I think, that is what I believe. And then maybe they might feel challenged. Why do I believe that? Am I happy with what I believe? And then their peers can kind of hear that, maybe challenge them, and maybe they'll hear something inspiring from another young person in the group. So it's kind of like they're teaching each other, and you're watching, and you're just kind of helping to facilitate that experience. But I think the building of the relationships, if nothing else, might be the most important thing. And, because we're hoping also that they'll experience Jesus when we're with them.
Kind of gives you a bit more strength when you have stuff going on, and then you're reminded of these kind of things. It just really helps. I felt so overwhelmed by what I actually taught that I started crying. I went and I talked to this woman working there, and she told me that oh, don't be upset, it's okay. That just really helped me, and I'll never forget that day either.
Alpha gave everybody an opportunity to put those things out on the table and just to see, because there was nobody going to berate them or there was nobody going to point fingers at them and everything. And as I say, because everybody in the room had some kind of struggle.
We have to actually invest in this to become missionary disciples.
I think it's an opportunity for young people who desire to ask some of life's most difficult questions and perhaps be able to understand Christianity better, because I think Christianity is misunderstood.
I just enjoyed like having questions answered that I never would have known, because I never got the chance to ask anything like that. But then when I did, it kind of just made sense a bit more.
I felt stronger because I was part of the group, because I was accepted into the group, and everybody was accepted into the group, no matter who you were. I got more involved in the parish, and so, as I say, I grew through Alpha.
And there's been a group of students who I think have been changed by Alpha. We had one young man, as he was leaving class, he just stopped at the door and he turned around and he said, "Thank you, sisters. I don't know exactly what's happening, but I know that something very good is taking place when you're here."
Join with some other people. You won't be on your own. You'll always find somebody to work with you, and together start off a course, you know. Well, my dream would be that we would have a people to propose the wonderful message which Jesus brings, his saving message.